Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and just talk to you guys about some of the books that I've been reading, some of the books that I've read that have really helped me in my career, really helped me decipher what it is that I want to do as a producer, and just helped me develop as an individual. So I've got 5 books that I'll just quickly go through, just talk to you about, and also put links in the description if you want to cop some of them or if you want to buy some of them. They're quite different in its form. 3 of them are quite similar, and then the rest are kind of like, the other 2 are just kind of different, and 2 are by the same author, and then the rest are by different people. So yeah, let's get into it. So book number 1 is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book was recommended to me by a director who is someone that I really admire and someone that I really that really influences me and inspires me, and she recommended getting the Dale Carnegie series. So I've got all his 4 books. I guess there's one about public speaking, how to stop worrying and start living. There's this one, and can't remember, but yeah, I got all of the books. I think there's a little collection. They come in like a little collection, so I got all of them. What I really liked about this book is the fact that it talks about accepting people and their differences, and accepting people for the way they think and what they believe, and understanding that it's not your job to change their minds, if that makes sense, but it's okay to accept what people believe, accept what people think, even though you disagree with it. And it's also about like looking at the way you speak to people, looking at the way you converse with people, and understanding that it's better to win friends than lose friends, especially in like the industry that I'm in. You know, it's people have different opinions, people have different beliefs and stuff like that, which is different to me, and that's okay. And the best way to win friends is to accept people for who they are while still believing and standing on your morals, if that makes sense, and not trying to, you know, argue and fight with people and, you know, prove to them that you're right, if that makes sense, but just accept people the way they are, for what they think, how they think, and what they believe in. I really recommend this book because it really changed the way I communicate with people. It changed the way I listen to people as well. I stopped listening to reply, but listening to really understand what people felt, how people felt, what people thought, how they got to that place as well. And also it kind of made me realize that I'm not always right, and that just because I believe something doesn't mean that that's the way and that's how it should be, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really recommend this book. Let me see if I can find like a little bit that I really okay, so I can read one of the principles. So principle 1, become genuinely interested in other people. Principle 2, smile. Principle 3, remember that a person's name to them is the sweetest and most important sound in any language. So remembering people's names and being intentional about remembering people's name. If you watch my previous video, I talked about knowing who people are, and like being able to say, oh, hello so and so. Remember people's name, and remember that people's names are so important to them. When someone remembers your name, you feel kind of like, oh, special, oh my god, they remembered my name. So yeah, that was a principle that I learned in this book. Be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves, talk in terms of the other person's interest, make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. So yeah, those are some of the principles that I really learned from this book. I would recommend it to every single person, whatever industry you're in, whatever kind of career path you're trying to go down. I would definitely recommend this book. Okay, book number 2 is So You Want to Be a Producer by Seabright, and I really recommend this book for people who want to be a producer, who want to work in theatre venues and stuff like that. This book is specifically targeted at theatre producers. It gives you a step-by-step breakdown of how to produce a theatre show. I really like it because for me, I work in theatre. It's not only from the producer's perspective, but it's also talking about like marketing, it talks about public relations, it talks about print buying, lighting design, putting together a perfect creative team, decisions, casting the show, merchandise, previews, understudy, closing the show, Get Out, company, like it talks about all of it. And I think if you are wanting to be a producer, if you are wanting to, you know, not only produce theatre shows but produce in general, I really do believe that, you know, all of these kind of like tips and steps are transferable. It talks about like email marketing, it talks about actors, how to put in offers, talks about marketing your show, public relations, creative teams, talks about so much. And I think if you're interested in the producing world or you want to be a producer in any way, shape or form, definitely recommend this. Book number 3 is The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Personally, I was recommended this book by my good friend Esther. Some people have very different opinions about this book, but I found it very useful for me because it made me realize that am I really, you know, putting out or working in my full capacity and in my full potential? Because sometimes you're working at 60% and you actually believe and you actually think that this is your full capacity, but it really challenged me to actually reevaluate myself and say, can I do better? Can I do more? And in light of the book, can I 10x my efforts? Can I really maximize my effort? Can I do more? Can I do better? And I think it's definitely one that I would recommend. Let me give you kind of like a snippet. So there's straight away this chapter and it says quit lying to yourself. And it's so common for people, for me anyway, it was for me anyway, to just lie to myself and say, oh, I'm busy, I can't do that, oh, I can't do this, oh, that can't work for me, blah, blah, blah. And it's really me just lying to myself and coming up with excuses as to why I can't do something or I can't be something. So yeah, definitely check out the 10X Rule. It might not be everyone's taste, but I really found it very useful. And also I have to kind of like remind myself every day that you need to 10x. Whatever you're doing, 10x. Whatever you're doing, 10x it. And lastly are these 2 incredible books by an incredible man who I am inspired by, who I call my mentor in this whole industry. It's Devon Franklin, and he's got 2 books here that I really liked. I read The Hollywood Commandments first before I read Produced by Faith. I'm still currently reading Produced by Faith. I think I am like halfway through. Yeah, and I think this book in particular talks about how he produces movies, and what I like about it is the fact that he's talking about it from a faith perspective, which is Produced by Faith, and then the Hollywood Commandments, which is talking about how not to get caught up or compromise your faith in kind of like Hollywood. And I think the reason why I really like these books and the reason why I really recommend these books especially is if you're kind of like, if you're a believer or if you're somebody who believes in God. Personally, I believe in God, and it's so hard sometimes not to compromise your faith in an industry that doesn't necessarily glorify God or necessarily believe in God. But this book really taught me how to, this book in particular taught me how to bring kind of like my faith, but my light, my principles into my work and into what I believe in. It taught me how to really stand up for things that I'm passionate about. Really enjoyed this book. I think also it taught me how to not compromise getting ahead. This book is so good. How to not put that over my faith, and the fact that putting my faith and what I believe in over kind of like my career goals and my career desire will ultimately put me in the position and in the place that I want to be. You know, these books might not be for everyone, but they definitely helped me with my career and definitely helped me with my faith in my career and in my industry. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend these 2 books to anyone who is a believer, a Christian, in the industry that wants to kind of like know how to not compromise. So definitely get these books. Devon Franklin, if you are watching this, thank you. That's kind of it for my books, guys. I've read so many other books, but I thought I'll just give you like my top 5 books. that really helped me and that really have shaped me and molded me and really expanded my way of thinking. I might do another one of these. I might do like favorite books 2.0. The more I accumulate books and the more I read books, yeah, I'll do another one of these. There's some other books that I'm looking at that I really, because my bookshelf is right over here. There's some other books that I really like that I read that are on my bookshelf. Maybe I'll share those in another video. That's it for now, guys. I'll be back with another video, maybe talking about books, maybe talking about something else, who knows. I really want this channel to be a place of resource for anyone in the entertainment or media industry. I might do a video on kind of like personal finance and how I use my skills in budgeting for shows and stuff into my personal life. Yeah, I might do that later on. So yeah, if you have any questions, or if actually, do you know what, let's do this. Comment below your favorite books or your books that have helped you in your career, further your career, and tell me why. So yeah, if you think this video might help anyone, or you know anyone that might also want to be a producer or want to learn how to be a producer, please send them to my channel. I've got so much stuff coming for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys, bye.